Okay, so they feel neither fear nor pain, are resistant to enchantment, including Axie, cannot be disarmed, are immune to knockdown and stun attempts. Steel weapons slow but well armed and strong, use weapons skillfully and blow can stun. Let's see, with great pride and full responsibility, I must state that the experiment was successful. The race of superhumans we bred more than meets our expectations and will satisfy Shax Stoldersberg. Their combination of intelligence, endurance, and brutal force, tamed only by loyalty to the Flaming Rose, is the future of the world. Okay, so Salamander is in cahoots with the Order. This means the Order they are very bad, and Salamander is in some deep shit. Mutant assassin. Created through experiments with witches' potions and formulae, serve the Order of the Flaming Rose unquestionably by supporting its assault divisions. Let's see. Inflammable confidence, strength and courage. These are the Greater Brother's mottos. These virtues are indispensable for victory, but not sufficient on their own. Basic rules of war must not be ignored. While forming new units of knights, we need to remember about auxiliary divisions, which will provide the army with more flexibility on the battlefield around the world. Okay. So we must search the laboratory. What's the job they'd have on him? Nothing interesting for us. The mirror. Anything else in here? Seems the mirror is the way to go.
Javed, can you hear me? What's going on? How are the experiments progressing? I urgently need those mutated knights of the Order in Vizima, and send me more failed ones. At this stage, I can afford no delays. Respond!
Javed's dead.
Witcher Geralt.
Expect to see me, Grandmaster. Soon.
Geralt, you're here.
Are you all right?
I told you I could handle them. What happened below?
I'll tell you later.
Geralt.
What do you know about the Grand Master?
He's very charismatic, with a talent for magic of the wild kind.
Wild?
Like a source, he uses the power intuitively. He had no mentor and attended no magic academies. I checked. He probably tamed the power through tremendous discipline, typical of religious sectarians.
How powerful is he?
Hard to say. He shields himself well.
Okay. Now so Jalvid and the Professor are dead. Although I destroyed the laboratory where the salamanders were creating mutants, I failed to recover the Witcher's secrets. I must get to the Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose, Shax Stoldersberg. He created Salamandra, and he is holding the secrets of Kaer Morhen. 6 books in. We only found few in them.
Geralt.
The leader of Salamandra is dead.
Great. Learn anything about who's behind Salamandra?
Yes. The Order of the Flaming Rose.
Oh, lords. But that means...
Exactly. We need to return to Vizima and inform the king.
I saw a boat at the dock. Let's meet there.
Good.
Inform the king. Triss awaits a landing with the boat. I'll take us to Vizima. I couldn't find the Witcher's secrets, but that hardly brings my search to an end. I must warn the king of the Grand Master's intentions. He may have the stolen secrets. Triss has arranged transport to the temple quarter. We are to meet at the landing where a boat awaits us.
You'll see the world, they said.
Oh, this guy.
Nasty beasts. I'm glad they're dead.
Same. Though, to bring in a complete end to Salamandra, we must dismantle the Order, or at least kill Shax. Their normal underlings, the ordinary knights, probably have no clue about Salamandra being connected to them. DeWitt maybe knew? Maybe he didn't. So, I'm feeling there's a reason there's a bonfire here, or a fireplace. We'll level up and, well, prepare ourselves. Let's get the strong silver to completion. Even if it's probably going to be steel, we're going to be using for the remainder of the game now. See anything in here that needs some upgrading? No. Dexterity. Pain, well, using a fast style. Does a fast style induce pain? Well, it does. So we'll go for more pain. For anything that makes bleed less dangerous, we should go for that. Even though the Koshi is probably the only big bleeder, so we'll probably not need it that much anymore. When we're affected by bleeding, that could have useful. Let's go for some armor. Just become more durable, unless I don't know. One bonus talent. Let's see. Just in case we want to hold down and power our bard. Angle 180 degrees. No, so it's just large angle and probably some some more endurance cost. White gold, just use the white gold. Just make a white graphics and a white honey. And a white gold and anything else? Weird numbers. Not really. I'm thinking we'll merely turn this here into a white gold. And two blue and a green. Probably the cadaverine. So the big plot twist might have ruined it a bit by means of, well, reading the journal entry before interacting with the mirror, but we are thorough. We've been very thorough for the most part with this Let's Play. Night has fallen and it's raining. We still have our Wolverine potion for quite a while, same goes for a Shrike potion. Oh, when they wound us, and some Negredo for a bit more.
Geralt.
Ready to cross?
Yes, you?
Grab the oars.
The end stretch begins now, I think. Well, clear goal. Chances are no one's behind the Grandmaster. Yeah, Epilogue.
Sire, victory! Despite heavy losses, we now control the trade quarter.
Excellent. What news from De Wet?
He's dead, cut down by that godless butcher, the Witcher.
Useless De Wet. Have the town criers informed the people Ada has become a Strigger?
Yes, but the Witcher found the beast.
Geralt of Rivia. Only he stands between me and... We must fan the flames of chaos. Release more of our experiments, and let the elves wreak havoc.
Grandmaster, I must protest, as a nobleman and representative of...
Enough. Give the people more food, and tell them any God-fearing human can find shelter at the castle of the Order of the Flaming Rose. Adalbert, I thank you for your loyal service. Take him away. A new era dawns. An era of superhumans. None will stop me. I appoint you my new adjutant. Know your assignment?
Kill the Witcher.
Then go.
Geralt, you've arrived at a moment that should be called nothing short of historic.
Dandelion, I'm glad you're alive too, but I have important matters.
More important than a Temerian-Redanian alliance with far-reaching consequences?
Stop being dramatic and tell me what's happening.
Allow me some common courtesy. Triss, my joy at this meeting.
Triss, tell this clown to get to the point.
So what's this historic moment, Dandelion?
With the kingdom in flames, Foltest struck a deal with his neighbors.
Doubtless with that ambitious pup Radovid of Redania. Geralt, Foltest should learn of the Grand Master's betrayal. We need to talk to the king.
Some new journal entries, and I will also make a teeny tiny save here. Just because, let's see, Foltest is negotiating with Radovid. Temeria cannot take control of the situation on its own. Must tell the king of the Grand Master's betrayal. And we had some new stuff about the Temple Quarter. Uprising of non-humans has changed the Temple Quarter, but seem beyond recognition. Fires rage everywhere, and some streets are blocked by makeshift barricades. In many places, a Scoia'tael clashed with the Temerian army and Knights of the Order. Many of the inhabitants have fled to the swamps. Others hide in cellars and houses, praying for a quick end to the rising. All kinds of missionaries and evangelists are taking advantage of the situation, preaching about divine wrath and the imminent end of the world. So it seems the Grand Master is also behind Ada becoming a Striga again. Bad man.
Welcome, Witcher.
Sire,
We have several things to discuss.
of course.
Stop deliberating, son. We need to put out the fire in this whorehouse. You'll get the princess's hand, and if life has taught me anything, half the kingdom as soon as I'm gone. As for de Aldersberg, we need to be rid of him. The Witcher will slay him.
What?
Relax, we'll pay you as much as you want.
I'm a Witcher, not a hit. All right. 10,000.
Isn't that a bit much?
Come on, Foltest, the kingdom's worth a lot more than that.
Yes, I suppose the boy's right. But you shall take home 8,000.
It's a deal.
So, we're all agreed. Radovid, your armies must subdue the Order in Redania and in the north of my lands.
My armies will embark on a mission of fraternal assistance.
I don't want any fucking fraternal assistance. The phrase rubs me the wrong way. You are to smash the Knights of the Order and withdraw.
Relax, Foltest. My children will rule this land. I don't intend to destroy it.
Forgive me, your majesties, but I feel it's time
One more thing, Witcher.
Yes?
So, let's talk politics. And don't you dare mention neutrality. Judging by your company, you're already involved. Possibly up to your nose.
Sire, your wish is my command.
To the average pleb in the street, the Order is fighting my armies, but make no mistake. This is a confrontation between me and the Grand Master, that ambitious fanatic.
Directed all of Salamandra's actions and intentionally provoked the uprising.
What do you mean?
I thought you'd be interested, sire.
Very interested. The son of a bitch is attacking me with steel, poison, and magic.
It is time for you to choose your allies, and you must choose well, sire.
I see our sweet sorceress has already begun indoctrinating you.
I believe it's time we finalized our agreement, sire. I will counsel and support you with wise words and magic.
And with that of your esteemed female friends? Indeed you may. But don't forget, Marigold, I rule this bordello. Don't turn into Philippa. You're too pretty for that.
King, sorceress, and witcher united against evil. Worthy of a painting. But all will be lost if we delay any longer. Sire, one other matter.
Witcher?
How is Ada feeling?
Much better than she was as a Striga. Yet she won't be herself again for some time. Witcher, how can I thank you?
I'm glad Ada is alive and well. Can you ensure that the Witcher's friends will be the same, sire?
Yes, that's something I can promise. Witcher, I wish to know who was behind all this.
DeWitt transformed the princess.
How so?
He wanted to gain influence with your enemies.
The bastard! If I could get my hands on him.
Those responsible assumed your position would be undermined if the princess wreaked havoc as a Striga. DeWitt has been punished.
I'm glad to hear it. Now go. Vizima is burning, fighting rages. You won't have an easy time of it.
People see witchers as monster slayers. Rightly so. Few know we draw greater satisfaction from removing a curse or a spell. Swords are a final resort. As long as there was a chance I could save the princess, I had to try. It was worth it.
Yes?
that guy again. Let's break through Visima to Visima to the cloister. Ashes of Visima. Witch's secrets. 8,000 orens for killing the Grand Master. We're doubling our money. Sorry, I just remembered an old meme of sorts. Let's see, does Radovid have anything to say?
Maria is a mess.
Full test?
This is no time to talk. We must act.
Of course, of course. But yeah, so
Raise the hearth and poultice his mind.
seems the Grand Master is behind everything, is orchestrating everything.
Then bold Foltest uttered these words. Virtuous Radovid.
What the hell is that?
I'm trying to keep a faithful and accurate record of these events.
He said, "Stop deliberating, son. We need to put out the fire in this whorehouse."
Geralt, you have no sense of poetry. There's the truth of time and the truth of legend.
You'll never change.
The pen is mightier than the sword, and you'll never change either. Off to save the world again when nobody's asked you.
Let's see, we'll store this. I forgot to brew that. I'll brew that later. I'm putting in these, and this, and this. We'll probably run by a something. It turns out we didn't eat the Barger skulls or anything after all, and I was completely misremembering. Heroes of the Guard Street.
What a day.
Move, Geralt. I don't want to fight.
Then don't force me.
Stand aside. I have my orders. We must save this kingdom.
By turning civilians into food for mutants, then leave the civilians alone and fight the real enemy. Now let's see. Seems Siegfried is buying into the entire bullshit of the Order. To think, really, if we look back over his journey as a character. Meet him in Chapter 2, he's this young, virtuous knight. By all means, a knight, and not a hired brigand, or, well, an elf-hating brigand. Non-human-hating brigand, a racist bastard he was not at that time. He helped us slay the Basilisk, or the Coggatrice, sorry. Slight friendship came about. He kept trying to nudge us into the Order. Clearly he was enthralled by the charismatic Grand Master, believed that the course was just. Then in Chapter 3, he's slowly getting turned to wanting to also eradicate the non-humans, by all means. He gave the order to attack Murky Waters. This guy, the young, idealistic knight. By Chapter 4, he was willing to order his men to kill the elves. Sure, they had taken hostages. Rayla wanted to just negotiate. This guy, Siegfried, wanted the elves dead. No negotiating, and sure, you shouldn't negotiate with terrorists, but this guy wanted them all dead. Every single one of them. Even though after Chapter 2 and the slight squabble in the swamp, and the Order and the Scoia'tael were allegedly, according to some other knight who talked about Siegfried was disillusioned by it, didn't find it to be honourable, hated the idea. But it seems now, at this point where we are now, I mean, look behind him, there's one of those greater brothers. And he's a high-ranking guy at this point, I suppose. And he's leading that guy around, he sees no problem. He believes they're saving the kingdom, even though they are the ones who have been fabricating every single issue happening in this game. I mean, a part of me wants to get him, then leave the civilians alone and fight the real enemy. And sure, if we are to be neutral, that'll be what we'd do. We'd go for that. And I suppose Geralt, if he's only book Geralt, he would go for that. But again, the real enemy. When we say that, we mean Jacques d'Aldersberg. If Siegfried is the real enemy, he thinks we're talking about the Scoia'tael and he'll go about to kill all of them. We are currently late game Geralt, and if we're using every bit of Geralt's character development from the books too, I mean, we are in some deep shit. Everyone's pissing into the tornado right now, to quote Javed. And I mean, there's no good left here. Everything's gone to shit. And choice one, by turning civilians into food for mutants, it might provoke him. We might also learn why he's willing to go along with this. And Geralt has had enough of this shit. I mean, think about it. He's just like the Order, they are the bad guys. Sure, it's only Aldersberg he's going for. But, to quote Sultan, who we had a chat with early on in the game, Chapter 2, talked about why did they at one point rush to save some people in the books. Because it was the right thing to do. Therefore, I'm going to pick choice one, because Geralt has had enough of all this shit going on, to put it bluntly. It's time to act, and it's time to do what is right.
By turning civilians into food for mutants?
Our greater brothers are no mutants, but a new race. A new hope. Sadly, innocents will inevitably perish.
A Knight of the Flaming Rose defending monsters before people? How low have you fallen? Draw your sword and die with dignity.
Attack!
That's what I thought. They're actually killing civilians. Again, the inscription on Geralt's old sigil was death to the motherfuckers. And that's what we'll be bringing now.
The Order shows its true face.
The Grand Master must feel confident.
He's bet it all, releasing mutated knights against the people. Even the pious Siegfried was duped.
De Aldersberg knows that history is written by the victors. If he wins, he'll blame the non-humans or the king.
We have to stop him.
And sure, Siegfried was not... He just have some different daggers. Siegfried was duped, as Triss said. He did not really willingly wish for this, but he was still acting.
Come inside, it's safer.
You're right.
Still acting in the name of evil. And seeing no issue with what he was doing. That is why I chose what I did. And sure, you have to destroy the evil at its source, which is what we're going for. Going towards. That's what cool. But at the same time, let's see. He was leading them around. Too dangerous to be left alive, really. Let's see. This time was Berengar who followed me. He came to my aid as I fought outside Javed. Unfortunately, he perished, but his sacrifice was not in vain. Jacques d'Aldersberg. Turn out the Grand Master of the Flaming Rose was behind the actions of Salamandra. Jacques d'Aldersberg was giving orders to the Professor and Assad Javed, and he was instigating and provoking the Scoia'tael. As we've now found out, this guy, he's an evil man. And Siegfried was turned to evil.
Greetings.
Prospering dwarf?
War can be profitable. If not for the king's taxes, the plague take them.
How did you get here?
Don't you see? Knights, soldiers, and Scoia'tael run through the streets, cutting down who they can. I am a traitor to all of them.
I see.
And all their heads are filled with prophecies, destinies, strange signs, and other nonsense. No one to talk to.
Sorry to hear that, but I need to go. Farewell.
Vivaldi, who, as we've found out, heard, and discovered, and all that stuff like that,
Everyone's gone mad.
Aye, everyone's gone mad. He's been hid purely by happenstance, just because he owned a bank. He lost everything. Can we talk to the resolute girl? She allegedly knew everything. She needs to finish her lying down animation.
Julian left for Kovir. I know all. The temple school? Boring. I know all. The Fisher King netted a water nymph. I know all.
Does she know anything
The
more?
Fisher King netted a water nymph.
Novice nun, Vaska.
The squirrels and the order. Those dry ones disturb our swamp.
Between a rock and a hard place, huh?
I had a dream, white-haired one. Your destiny will be fulfilled. I come to tell you. Mistake not the stars with their reflection in a pond's surface.
I'll remember that.
Quote from the books. Wilgefortz.
You here?
On an important mission for the king.
Praiseworthy. I too wish to offer Foltest my services as an advisor in these difficult times. Sadly, I could not get through burning Vizima.
I need to get to the monastery.
I have learned much about a phenomenon of interest to you. The Wild Hunt.
Tell me.
In folk culture, the king of the Wild Hunt embodies death. He is the one who takes away souls. He is oft considered as the tool of destiny.
Destiny.
The Wild Hunt is an omen of war and tragedy. It has oft been seen recently near Vizima. Beware.
I must go. Farewell.
Good old hermit from the old chapter 4.
Greetings. Others stricken by war have sought shelter here.
We won't stay long. We need to get to the monastery.
So you're among those who have chosen to trust the eternal fire. There's no sense in going out in the street again. You'll perish.
Is there another route?
Try the door in the cellar.
Where does it lead?
To other cellars. And an exit eventually, I assume. But I cannot guarantee it is safe.
We'll risk it.
The key should be somewhere in this house.
Novice nun.
Greetings, Witcher.
Greetings.
I'm afraid. The time for contempt has come, just as prophesied.
So for all we know, maybe Shack Stoldersberg is trying to hurry up Ithlin's prophecy to bring about the end of the world for some weird reason. So they keep talking about a new race. And Siegfried was in on it. Or not in on it, but he bought it. Meaning the Order thinks they are helping people evolve to become next step in human evolution. Of course, human evolution. There's no place for elves or dwarves when it's only human evolution that matters. Yeah, it's gone from even worse to way worse.
I don't care about prophecies. I care about the lives of ordinary people.
I know you care about people. I saw Carmen happy with the captain of the guards. You know they got married?
Nice to hear.
Carmen endured a lot. She lived in the outskirts. Her father was a priest of the eternal fire, a damnable man of religion. When Carmen got pregnant, he cast her out. She went to Vizima. You know how that ended.
I didn't know.
So Carmen, that prostitute we tried to play dice with way back. Like, what, 30 hours or so ago by now? Maybe even more. She was Reverend's daughter. It seems. Let's sit and brew that poshy thingy we could make. And we shall drink it in just a moment. Also make some white gold. And to free inventory space we will do this. And white gold is 2 blue and 1 of that other thing. The green. Starring. Cadaverine. There we go. Could brew a potion, just don't know what kind it should be, so let us just not... Did we get a level up? No. The more we think about the Order and what they're doing, the worse they become. So this here goes a gold talent. Let's see, wow. Or is it just a case of it gives us a gold talent to use? Let's see. Yeah, it gives a gold talent to use. Neat. And strength for the increased damage. Because we don't really need that much. Yeah. Increased damage, and we will initiate meditation. I just keep ending up thinking about how people get pulled into extremism in the real world too, and it's just disgusting.
Trouble approaches. Don't kill me, Witcher.
Well, a talking ghoul.
I'm a mutant, as are you. Born with the gift of speech and an intelligence like that of humans.
I know many intelligent monsters that are deadly.
I am a threat only to those who threaten me.
Let's say I believe you.
I'm calm.
Why are you here?
I no longer need to hide in the cemetery. It's safer here. I come out at night, find food in the streets. Can't complain.
The inhabitants of this home have no objection?
They fear me. The little brat comes alone, talks without end.
I must go. Farewell.
Interesting. A fireplace and a door.
I can't open this door without a key.
We need to hurry, Geralt.
This place has a strange effect on me.
Look around for the key. Something tells me, now that I think about it, that the key is in possession of the talking ghoul. So let's go and see if I'm right or wrong.